Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Red Devils TV, the realist channel on YouTube. Make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe if you are new, and comment down below on what your thoughts are on the game. Now, Man United comfortably beat Wigan. We didn't really have much bother. The first 3 minutes, they had a shot on target. It was a brilliant cross from whichever Wigan player it was. But at the end of the day, that was the only real chance they had where it could have changed the game completely. If we go down 1-0 in the first 3 minutes, that completely changes the game. But I was exactly right in my preview where we knew that Wigan were going to set up shop and try and counter us. And they had a lot of pace on the wings and did cause our fullbacks a few issues at times. They were getting forward, they were having their chances, but apart from about 3 minutes early chance, they didn't really have anything clinical to worry our goalkeeper in Andre Onana. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to sit here saying that I was blown away with that performance, because United should be steamrolling against Wigan. You saw what Chelsea did against Middlesbrough, and Middlesbrough are a championship side, and Chelsea are mid-table in the Premier League right now. United, we only scored 2 past our struggling League One side in Wigan. I understand that Wigan have had the points deduction and all that other issues that they've had happen to them, but they're still 18th, they're still near the relegation zone, and United should be steamrolling past them. And I think there's a lot of issues tonight on the pitch, but we'll get into the positive first. The goals were scored tonight. Dalot, we've seen him do it against Sheffield United. We've seen him do it in pre-season against Dortmund. Dalot loves to be on the inverted side. He loves to be on the edge of the box, and he does score quite a few good bangers from time to time. And tonight was one of them occasions. He played really, really well tonight. Kobbie Mainoo for me was my man of the match though. He was absolutely brilliant. He was a little terrier throughout the entire match, full 90 minutes. I thought he was absolutely brilliant, and for me he gets my man of the match. Just a solid performance against, a very physical side like Wigan. They aren't the best when it comes to like tactical reasons, and they just rush and counter. That's pretty much exactly the way they play at the moment. But another team who plays like that at the moment is Man United. We rush everything at the moment. We're so impatient, and I'm not going to have fans out there say that, oh, we have no tactics. We do have tactics. Erik ten Hag has been clear on the foundation he has set out in this team, but we've got players like Marcus Rashford, Scott McTominay, Bruno Fernandes who rush things and aren't very precise in Erik ten Hag's plans. Kobbie Mainoo stands out perfectly. Alejandro Garnacho stands out perfectly. Rasmus Højlund is very noticeable in the box but he doesn't get his chances. And tonight I will give him a bit of stick. He should have been scoring at least 2 of his chances. But unfortunately, I think he's that low in confidence. I think that he's just so used to not getting the service. He's not used to having to be able to score goals. That might sound like a pathetic excuse. But at the end of the day, Rasmus Højlund has been offered no service in the Premier League for so long now. And he might not know what to do with the ball when he receives it, because he hardly bloody gets it. But the penalty as well is well taken penalty by Bruno Fernandes. It was also won by Bruno Fernandes, and it is very, very soft. I'm going to sit here and say that. But, United were struggling to find a goal, and with Bruno Fernandes, he scored 27 out of these last 31 penalties for Man United, now 28 in 32. So at the end of the day, Bruno Fernandes is very clinical, and that's why you could say he's on our set-piece specialist. But corners, free kicks, he's so wasteful. We had, 5, 6, 7 corners tonight, and they were pathetic. They're short corners, or when we made a cross, it was getting cleared by the first man in Wigan's defence. It wasn't good on set pieces. I feel like that United need a specialist on set pieces, not just for penalties, because Bruno Fernandes is brilliant on penalties. I won't give him any stick for his penalty taking ability. But when it comes to crosses from corners, when it comes to set piece deliveries, he's shooting from out wide. I feel like he's also very wasteful for the chances, and I feel like that having an actual set piece specialist will be very important to Man United. Give me James Ward-Prowse right now, I'll be happy, I'll be over the moon. But at the end of the day, Marcus Rashford, I'm very disappointed in the performance, because it's so frustrating as a fan to watch him play, because he should be scoring tonight, and he was very selfish tonight. The long shots, trying to take on 3 or 4 Wigan players at once. It was just getting him caught out, and he had his chances and he blew it. And at the end of the day, Rashford needs to be scoring a game like this, because just because he had a good game against Liverpool a few weeks ago, or a good game against Aston Villa the following weeks ago, do you know what I mean? Like, Rashford isn't out of the clear. He's had a terrible season, And these are the games you expect him to be standing out in and be this senior player and earning the contract. You know, you want him to be scoring at least 1 or 2 goals against Wigan. Now, we should be steamrolling through Wigan, like I said. But unfortunately, we didn't. You know, it was a calm 2-0. Not much happened in the game. And United should be going through no matter what. I don't care whether we played the youth team, the second team, or the first team. United made it harder for ourselves. And I had a fan talk to me the other day, and he was saying to me about what brand of football do you think we play at the moment. I turned around and said to him, it looks like we play like Aldi's own version of a Mars bar. You know, Ajax was the actual original Mars bar. That's Ten Hag's like foundation, you know. Ten Hag's foundation at Ajax is the original Mars bar. At Man United, it's like Aldi's own. We are absolutely terrible, and I don't understand why we're not clinical enough. He's got much better players than what he had at Ajax, and he's now had enough time to try and lay his blueprint out. I understand he's having to deal with all the bullshit behind the scenes, but at the end of the day, he still needs to get these players playing. And against Wigan, we should be easily beating Wigan, and we didn't. We made it hard for ourselves, like I said. But thankfully, we have players like Kobbie Mainoo. Thankfully, we have players like Raphael Varane. You know, because they were the players that stood out for me tonight. The forwards didn't really do anything, in my opinion. They had the shots, but they weren't clinical enough. And at the end of the day, I'm not going to sit here over the moon with this performance, because in a game like this, unless you're steamrolling the team and you've got no flaws whatsoever, we saw flaws against a League One side tonight. We've got Spurs on Sunday, which is going to be a very tough game. I understand they've got a lot of centre-back issues at the moment. But what Postecoglou's done, they beat us early in the season already. So hopefully the players actually want a bit of vengeance and a bit of fight and actually try and get something behind them. And we actually do end up beating Spurs at the weekend, because it's Super Sunday. It's going to be a tough game. So hopefully United can actually fight back and get a decent result against Spurs at the weekend, because I am very worried for that game. As well, Lisandro Martinez and Casemiro were nowhere to be seen in today's game, and neither was Antony or Eriksen. Hopefully that them 4 players are very back soon. You know, Martinez and Casemiro are back training, which is probably why Ten Hag didn't play him tonight. But it does make me worried that will they be involved against Spurs? I'm going to guess not, because I don't think Ten Hag will throw them in a game like this. Hopefully they come on as a substitution if needs be. But at the end of the day, I just hope they're out the back before the end of January, because we do need these players. Yes, we've only got 3 fixtures in January. We've only got 2 remaining to go now. So our fixture list in January isn't very full on. You know, we've only got, like I said, we've only got 2 more games to play. But at the end of the day, we need them back for February, because we've got a lot of games in February and March and for the rest of the season. And now we're going deeper into the FA Cup now. We've got either Newport or Easton, whichever the other team is. So again, another team we should be easily beating. But, you know, with the likes of Arsenal went out to Liverpool last night or the night before, whenever it was. So if the fixtures suit us right, United could become very successful in this competition when it comes to the FA Cup. We could have a deep cup run, and we could win the FA Cup, because I feel like that it's very unrealistic to say we're going to sit here and win the FA Cup, because right now City are still on ties for another treble. They're in the competition for the FA Cup. Yes, they're not leading the Premier League, but once they get Haaland back, Kevin De Bruyne, all their other key players, whoever they're missing at the moment, no doubt they'll go on a freak run like they do every single year and end up beating everyone in the Premier League regardless. So at the end of the day, United need to win the FA Cup. I feel like that Ten Hag needs to win the FA Cup, because at the end of the day, it's his job on the line, and I think he's safe till the end of the season. But if he finishes outside the top 4, doesn't win the FA Cup, then I think he might be gone in the summer, which is unfortunate, because I really like Erik Ten Hag. But right now, with a performance like that, you know, there's only so much Ten Hag can do. This is the way I see football. Ten Hag can lay his blueprint out, and the builders, which are the players in this metaphor, can go out and build whatever they build. Erik Ten Hag can ask them to build a shed, but if they make a wheelbarrow, you know, they can't just turn around and be like, we tried, boss, you know, give us a little bit of credit, you know, we're Man United, you know, we'll stick our Red Devil sticker on there you go, that's a job well done. No, that's not the case. If Erik ten Hag asks you to build a house, you build him a fucking mansion, in my opinion. You should be dying for your manager. You should show your manager the utmost amount of respect, and the players don't do that, in my opinion. And I just hope that it doesn't end like it did with previous managers where the players throw the manager under the bus. I just hope it doesn't end that way, because Erik ten Hag, probably after Jose Mourinho, I know it's only been 2 or 3 managers since Mourinho, but he's been our best manager post Mourinho, in my opinion. And there's a lot of fans out there who are now starting to believe if we did stick with Mourinho, we might have won something by now. But it ended badly with Mourinho. I think we all just are that desperate to see success from United at the moment. That's what it's come to now, and people are now trying to think back, if we actually did stick by managers now, maybe we would have won something more by now, because Mourinho said it himself, winning the Europa League and coming second with Man United is his greatest achievement. The guy's won Champions Leagues with Real Madrid, he's won Champions Leagues with Porto. The amount of leagues that guy's won, and he says that Man United finishing second in the Premier League is his biggest achievement. That says a lot. So it's clear, football heritage, and hopefully this heritage United and Erik ten Hag can create this new era that Erik ten Hag loves to speak about, because United will come good at some point. And with the young players we've got in Kobbie Mainoo, Garnacho, Rasmus Højlund, I think at some point we will start to succeed. But I think right now, this season, I don't want to say it's been called off, because we're still in one competition, which is the FA Cup. We still can reach top 4, but at the end of the day, it is going to be very difficult. And right now, if you just ask me what are my predictions, I don't think we win the FA Cup. And I'd say that if we finish 6th or higher, I'd say that I'd take that right now, because our form could dip at any point. But so can a lot of other teams in the Premier League. But hopefully our season doesn't end in a car crash, because we all know what happened to Princess Diana. But anyway, thank you for watching, everybody. Leave a like on the video, subscribe if you are new, and comment down below on what your thoughts are on the game. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.